Welcome to your StockPulse commodity brief for October 23rd. Today's brief sponsored by Timberline Resources. Timberline is focused on advancing their district-scale gold exploration and development projects in Nevada, with previous drilling at Elder Creek highlighted by a discovery, and they've got Eureka Gold Project with recent exploration. The new high-grade zone has been identified in adjacent to an existing 500,000-ounce gold resource. Timberline trades on the OTCQB as TLRS and on TSXV as TBR, and they are also in the news today as they completed a financing. Yeah, heading to the equities markets, some news of interest. Pan Global had some good drill results. Pan trades as PGZ on the venture. They got the Skeena project in Spain. Got up with the president and CEO, Tim Moody. Had a little discussion about the news and how this positions the company moving forward.
I think there are three key things here, and then I can talk a little bit more. Well, firstly, it's the first drill program, and we've got a great result. Some high-grade copper mineralisation with a few other metals there, and in particular some tin. But secondly, is to find it so shallow. So it's there's about 20-metre interval of copper, about 30 metres below surface. So I don't know that there's been another discovery of mineralisation of this level so shallow in the Pirate Belt for perhaps more than 20 years. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is we're in a great location. Excellent infrastructure, in an area with a strong mining pedigree. So I think those are the three really key things. And to get such a good result on the first drill program in less than 12 months since the property was granted, we're pretty happy. We're pretty chuffed at this stage. So so the next stage is to expand our geophysics program. I mean, the results are pretty good at this point. I guess have a coincidence of a strong gravity anomaly with some downhole geophysics conductor and an IP anomaly, all coincident with a high copper intervals. Suggests we've got some continuity to this system, and the rest of the conductor is that we've detected downhole. In that, the best result is completely untested apart from the drill hole that we've got. We only intersected the upper edge of a 300 by 180 metre in-hole conductor. So the other drill hole that reported at that same target, that La Romana, about 360 metres to the east, and although that's got some copper in it as well, the bottom of that hole ended in a thick zone of stockwork copper mineralisation, with grade increasing with depth. And we have an off-hole conductor about 50 metres below that hole that's completely untested. Now, the significance of that is that downhole EM is a tried and tested technique for VMS deposits. It's led directly to discoveries in the Pirate Belt. To find a conductor on what we call hole 2 with confirmed mineralisation, and then have a similar size conductor that's untested in the other hole is very good news indeed. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us.
Well, certainly a lot going on over there, a lot of work to do. How do you see the year ending for you?
Yeah, well, look, I think the team's buzzing, and very happy to get such a good result so early in the program. So we'll look to expand our geophysics, both looking at the deeper targets as well as a long strike from what we've just intersected, and then we'll be planning a follow-up drill program as soon as we can get some more geophysics done.
Appreciate that update, Tim. Certainly look forward to checking back in when you've got some more news to report. Before I let you go, what are your thoughts on the copper market? How do you see things going?
Well, I like copper. I think there's some tightness there, and I think the long-term prospects are still pretty good. I mean, the fundamentals are there. But look, with exploration, everything I'm hearing is that the market would love to have a new copper discovery, and it should, hopefully the market will react well to what we've just found.
And one from yesterday, Skeena Resources, SKE Venture, SKREF, OTCQX. So they had some intersects at the lower mudstone at SK Creek. I did catch up with Walter Coles, and he laid out the highlights and what was important here.
Yeah, so we're doing our infill drill program, but sort of interspersed with that are opportunities to do some exploration. And in this case, the really interesting drill hole we got was the drill hole into a new horizon. Well, I guess I shouldn't call it new. I mean, we've known it was there, but the general, I think, historical view on this lower mudstone horizon was that it does not carry the kind of high grade that we know existed in the SK contact mudstone. So that's kind of the big deal in that lower second horizon, is to hit something that's 300 grams of gold equivalent over 2 meters. It really, I guess, for us, it sort of redefines the potential in that second layer, which again is important because even though we've been doing infill, that's a new exploration sort of opportunity for the project. For us, I think it means an opportunity to grow the size of the deposit and the grade. So that's really the significant thing about the drill holes that we put out yesterday.
And where are we going from here?
Yeah, we've got a pretty, straightforward game plan in that we need to do infill drilling. To move to the next stage, like we have a PEA that should be out here in a couple weeks, but for a PEA, you can use indicated and inferred. For the next step, whether that's a pre-feas or whether we go straight to feasibility, we're only going to be able to use indicated or measured resources. So we need to do the infill drilling to prepare for the next step. And, hopefully we can start that next step in the next 12 months, whether that's pre-feas or feasibility. But again, we can't do that until we finish infill drilling. So that's the game plan, is continue to do infill, but interspersed with that will be a little bit of exploration.
Corvus Gold had some good results today as they made a new vein system discovery at Cat Hill in the North Bullfrog Project in Nevada. Just recently caught up with CEO Jeff Pontius, ran through the news and how this positions them moving forward.
Well, I think the key takeaway in this news release is we've intersected a stockwork vein zone at the Cat Hill project. If we look at the trend of deposits that we found in our North Bullfrog property, they lie along a northwest trending zone, even though internal they're north-south structural control. But there's almost a periodicity of these things, and the natural place for the next one is Cat Hill, and it's great that we're seeing some of this upper level stockwork quartz mineralization that has decent grade in it, 1 to 2 grams, and it really gives us a point to come back, do a bunch more drilling in the area, and see if we can create a shape. If we can do that, we'll come back in there with a resource development plan and hopefully develop a new deposit similar to our Yellow Jacket type deposit. So that's really important for us, I think.
What's the next steps from here then, Jeff?
Well, for us on the Cat Hill project, we're still waiting for another drill hole to come back on that. We're currently drilling on the next phase, what we call phase 4 of our Motherlode project. That's about it's about an 8-week program that we have to do over there. We'll get our results all back at Cat Hill. We'll model it up, go out in the field, look at the geology, make sure everything agrees, and then we'll come back in with another round of drilling of probably around 15 to 20 holes. And if those are successful and we can create a shape and see the right parts of the system, then we'll be back in with probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 50, 60 drill holes to try and get an initial resource. But right now, a lot of our focus is in that mother lode area, and it's delivered some really great results. So we're back in there making it bigger.
Also in the news today, financing of interest, Eastmain Resources, that's ER in the venture, EANRF, OTCQX in the States, as they upsize their previously announced private placement financing to 2.75 CAD. I had a chat with the CEO, Claude Lemasson, about a week ago. Here's some of that conversation now and how the company is set going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having us, Rob. When we think about Eastmain Resources, we're thinking about high-grade gold in James Bay, Quebec. We are an advanced exploration junior company, and we have basically two main projects, both on the Clearwater property. The first project is called Eau Claire. Eau Claire is a more advanced project. It's a 1 million ounce mineable deposit that we've identified over the last few years. We completed a preliminary economic assessment at Eau Claire in May 2018. Since then, we've done some engineering work as well as some permitting, and we will have further studies being issued on that project early next year. On the same property, about 14 kilometers away from Eau Claire, is what we call the KS Horizon. The KS Horizon is a major geological feature. It includes host rocks that are called breccias and iron formations. And we've identified some mineralization on the KS Horizon on various targets, one of them called Percival. So we've been particularly working lately on about a 5-kilometer stretch, the south limb of the KS Horizon, hitting about 3 or 4 key targets along the way there. Percival was the initial discovery on the KS Horizon. It was announced late last year in November. We've since drilled 34 holes at Percival, and we're moving that forward. We also did a variety of other work on the KS Horizon in the last year. We've done mapping, trenching, and sampling, and we've added some drilling as well more recently. We're currently completing a 20-hole drill program. We just released this week the first 7 holes of the 20 holes. There will be 13 more holes, which are now complete, that will be issued in the next two weeks to a month or so. So there will be more news coming on the KS Horizon and on the Percival and some of the other sister targets along the south limb.
Thanks for watching. That's your commodity brief for Tuesday, October 23rd. And please follow the channel, subscribe to the channel, share the channel, and any suggestions, info@stockpulse.com. Any news I might have missed, and we'll try to cover it the best we can. Appreciate you watching.